Different genres teach you different things. Like, for example, if you take storytelling books, some people might wonder, how will storytelling improve my English? It is that stories, you are engrossed in stories and you forget for some time regarding English. You're more focused on the story, and it makes you feel interesting. You feel interested in reading the storybooks. So you're engrossed in that. So that encourages reading more. So reading more is taking input more, and that's how you can improve.
This one is this Theri Gatha, and this has been written around maybe 2000 years back.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first book of poems which have been written by Indian women.
Okay.
And this book has been written by Buddhist women who used to live in just Sanghaj, Buddhist Sanghaj. So
Okay.
they have written.
You, I want to show you this book by Oswald Books. This is the Handbook of English Grammar for school exams, for competitive exams, and you can improve your English as well. So it covers a lot of grammar features like foundations, tenses, prepositions, modal verbs, article, interjections, passive voice, and a lot more. So there are a lot of activities which you can solve inside the book, and you can check your knowledge of grammar. So you can basically prepare yourself and you can polish your grammar skills by solving the exercises in this book. It's truly beneficial to improve your English and a productive way to spend your time as well. You can gift it to your children. Alternatively, if you know somebody who is appearing for their competitive exams, make sure to recommend this. If you use my coupon code Shantha20, you will get up to 40% off. The details are in the description box. Go ahead and check it out and you can buy from there. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. So, how is your day shaping up?
Till now, everything was okay.
All right. Okay. So, we'll start first with your introduction. Yeah, you've written about yourself a little bit in the mail as well. But for the sake of the video, please introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Rameswar Prasad, and I'm from Jharkhand. And I've taught a PCS and SSC students for nearly 6 years. And after that, I took a break. And since 2 years, I have been reading religious and philosophy books because I want to make videos for YouTube and want to make videos on topics related to current events, religion, philosophy, and history. Along with this, I have a hobby of reading books. And along with this, I would like to add more that politically I am liberal and religiously I am atheist.
Okay. You're an atheist.
Yeah.
Why so, may I ask?
Because after reading so many religious books, I realized that God doesn't exist. I've read lots of philosophy books. I've read a comparative religions book, and lots and all books of all the religions. And then I concluded that God doesn't exist.
But what about your personal experience? Yes, you read it in the books, but don't you have any personal experience which kind of influenced this decision that maybe, yeah, God exists?
Ma'am, I have been a student of history and I have known all the events of history. So from there, I concluded that if God had been there, then things wouldn't have been happened in this manner. So
But
that's
there are
why I
also
don't
a
believe
lot
in
of
God.
positive things happening in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, positive things do happen, definitely.
Okay, it's your perspective. That's
Yeah,
fine. Okay, so what type of books do you like to read?
every kind of book.
Everything you read. Wow, you don't have any specific genre that you're specifically interested in? Mostly religion. Okay. So you have taken a sabbatical. Do you wish to join the work again or you want to continue YouTube full time?
No, I want to continue on YouTube.
That's it. Okay. Don't you think it's a risky decision?
Yeah, it's risky because this is something which I want to do.
Okay. Yeah. I think
That's
you
why.
should be financially stable in order to take this decision because I'm not sure if you are aware because YouTube doesn't pay you much.
Yeah, ma'am, that I know, but this is something which I can do throughout my life. So that's why I
Okay.
want to do.
It's your passion, right? Some people just realize
Yeah,
that this is my
definitely.
passion, no matter what. I don't
Yeah,
care about finance or what people say, society, anything, but I want to do this. So that is your calling.
that's why.
Okay. So you were also a teacher, is it?
I used to teach
You used to
two
teach.
years back.
Where? I mean, in school or in college?
I was having my own coaching. There I used to teach PCS and SSC students,
Okay, right. Okay.
but that I closed.
Okay. Now you're doing, I mean, you're trying to do YouTube full time. That's right. And any
Yeah.
specific reason why you're connecting with people and having these conversations?
These things I am doing just to improve my English.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I think
because
your English is already good. You just have MTI. That's it.
yeah, to some extent, other than that, I haven't been speaking English since December last year.
Okay.
I belonged to an English medium school. Despite that fact, I don't used to speak in English.
Right,
And since
happens.
December onwards, I started to have sessions with Roshan, and I had sessions for nearly 5 months with him.
That's right.
And
It's
then I
important
opened
to
this
have
channel.
speaking practice. Yes.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
used to read a lot, but I don't used to speak. And because of that, I wasn't having that kind of fluency.
Yes, because reading will just give you input, and unless you speak to
Yeah.
somebody, you are not utilizing it. Yes, you're gaining a lot of knowledge, you're gaining a lot of input, but unless you speak, it's different, right? Again, writing is also different. You don't
Yeah.
have to think so much. Like writing is okay, but speaking is spontaneous. I think among all LSRW, speaking is the most challenging.
Yeah, definitely. And once I started to speak, then I started to realize that now when I study books, I read in a different manner. Earlier, I don't used to pay attention to certain words, but now I pay attention to certain words which are used during speaking. But at that time, I don't used to pay attention to those words.
Okay, they are interlinked.
Yeah, like I don't used to pay attention to however, and there are many other words also. Like
Yes,
consequently, like not so, notwithstanding. I don't need to pay attention to these words at that time. But at that time, I was just a passive learner.
yes. And I know it's difficult to use that linking words also, like however, moreover. So these words, it's quite difficult to use in our speech.
Yeah, but gradually I'm learning.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. So, like as you suggested, we'll go ahead with your topic. So, would you like to ask any specific questions or you want me to go first?
you go first. I think that will be better.
Okay. Since you told that you read
But
a
I
lot of
know you
books.
because I would like to say, well, I know you very well because I've seen so many videos of you that I know most of the things. So I don't have much questions from you.
Okay.
Now,
You
just
don't have.
one question which I would like to add in the end only.
All right. Towards the end, you can ask your question. So
Yeah.
since you mentioned that you read all types of books, so which book is the most effective for improving English according to you?
For me, the books which are easiest in language, like I found novels of Nancy Drew very easy, and she writes for adolescents, like the guys who are in maybe 8, 9, 10, etc. So they are very good.
Nancy Drew, and because you like that specific novels because they're easy to read, right?
They are
Yeah.
very easy to read. And other
Okay.
than that, I even like the books of Chetan Bhagat as well. Yeah.
Even I do, yeah. It's nice that you also read novels. So, any recommendations, anything specific? I think you can mention the author's name or book's name.
So which name I should take?
A lot of
Polo
books.
College very good. I think Polo College very good. His language is very simple,
Yes.
and he is the author of.
Alchemist. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the language was pretty easy. I think very few words here and there. Beginners might find, even intermediates can find a little bit difficulty. It's just one word here and there. But other than that, it's easy to follow. And of course, like similar to you, even I feel novels are the best to improve your English because they have dialogues in them. So you
Mm.
kind of understand it's between two people. But when it comes to biographies or self-help books or something else, it doesn't have real people talking to each other like so much as compared
Yeah.
to novels. So I believe that to improve your spoken English, novels are your best bet.
Yeah, I too think the same thing. Because, ma'am, I think that fictions just have all the emotions which a human being need to express. Like if you one is encountering struggle in life, one can find that kind of novel. If one is wants to, one is interested in romantic novel or in a novel in which a struggle has been given. So every kind of novel one finds. But in motivational books, they do find that kind of thing, but in a totally different manner. They don't have dialogues over there. And these things are discussed in fiction in a very detailed manner. So that kind of thing one can use while conversing. So it's better.
Mm, yes. And
And non-fictions like yeah,
mhm, yeah.
and non-fictions like philosophy books and religious books, they are very good. But thing is that they give lots of knowledge, and they too deal with these things, but in a different context. Like
Mm.
they deal with the system and God, etc., and explain things on the basis on in connection with them.
Yes. I think, different genres teach you different things. Like, for example, if you take storytelling books, some people might wonder how will storytelling improve my English? It is that stories, you are engrossed in stories and you forget for some time regarding English. You are more
Mm,
focused on the story and it makes you feel interesting. You feel
mm.
interested in reading the storybooks. So you're engrossed in that. So that encourages reading more. So reading more is taking input more, and that's how you can improve your English. When it comes to biographies, I think it will help you explain events or experiences. The kind of lines and sentences used in biographies can help like that. And self-help books, I think it will help you express your opinions or vocabulary it can do. But I think poems are the best to learn your expressions. If you want total comprehension, understanding, and then expressing yourself, I think poems are your best bet.
I never liked poems.
Yeah, even I do. I don't. But talking about, since we're talking about a lot of genres, I'm sure some
Yeah.
people like poems, like maybe the rhythm of how it goes, maybe people might like. So I was just mentioning that this is poem. The author writes very well, and then to learn how to express your thoughts deeply. So I think poems are good for that.
In certain poems book I do like is the poems who have a bit depth in them,
Yes.
not the shallow ones,
Yes.
not even the romantic ones.
Yes. But
Yeah.
the poems which have a lot of depth in them, they are quite hard to understand for beginners. So I wouldn't recommend it to
Yeah,
beginners.
this thing is there.
Yes.
I have got one book also a poem I would like to show you.
Yeah, please.
Like this one is this
Mm.
Theri Gatha, and this has been written around maybe 2000 years back.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first book of poems which have been written by Indian women. And
Okay.
this book has been written by Buddhist women who used to live in just Sanghaj,
Mm-hmm.
Buddhist Sanghaj. So they
Okay.
have written this book.
Mm-hmm. So is it one author or it has multiple women who have written it?
There are many women who have expressed their feelings and what they think about spirituality and God and Buddha.
Okay. So do you read only in English or do you read in your vernacular language as well?
In Hindi also I read.
In Hindi.
If
Okay.
I find some interesting book, I do read.
Okay, so are you like completely comfortable in Hindi? Because though my native language is Kannada, I'm not very comfortable reading Kannada or writing
Hmm.
Kannada. I always prefer English. So what about you?
Ma'am, I am comfortable with Hindi as well because I just flip-flopped with Hindi and English during my academics. Like till 10th, I studied in English medium. In 10th and 11th and 12th, the medium of instruction was Hindi, but though I was
Hmm.
writing answers in English. In
Okay.
graduation, I did it in English. In MA, I did it in English. But when I was preparing for civil services, that I did it in Hindi. So that's why I'm just comfortable with both the languages.
Hmm. That's great. Are you a polyglot? Do you know many languages?
No, not much.
No?
Only Hindi, English, and my regional tongue. That's it.
Okay. And your grammar is also quite good. Like you're using proper sentences and your grammar is pretty good. So, can you explain how reading can influence that? How reading can make you grammatically correct? You don't have to read grammar books. I'm just talking about normal books that you read. So, how is reading going to help you in your grammar?
Mm, things have happened naturally. I haven't thought about it anything. I just read just for enjoyment. That's it. I never
Right.
paid attention to language. Now I am paying attention to language and
Yes.
words. Earlier I just enjoyed things and just I just read them just for enjoyment.
Yeah, same with me. Even I read books for enjoyment. I watched movies just because I liked watching movies. But now, after being on YouTube, I pay specific attention to every phrase or word, idioms, whatever they use. You start thinking in that way in terms of English. And
Mm.
prior to this, it was just about entertainment and enjoying the process. But now it goes more about English.
Ma'am, I think that whatever has happened earlier, that has happened and that is in a very natural manner, and that have gone into our subconscious brain, and from there things are coming out. But the kind of things I are doing I am now, they are a bit difficult, and I find it a bit boring also.
Mm. You find it boring.
But I will have to do no choice because
Yes.
the kind of videos which I want to make, there are lots of guests who will come, and if I will have to converse them with them in English, then I should be well versed with that language. That's why I am learning.
So I think you got a proper roadmap, a proper blueprint, like what you should do, how you
Yeah,
should do, isn't it?
absolutely. Yeah, that I
Oh,
have. That's why I have
oh,
reached so much. Otherwise,
oh,
I was teaching anyway.
right. Okay. So is it going to be podcast style?
Both. I will make videos also in whichever topic which I will like to make. And other than that, if somebody will like to discuss with me, they can come to my podcast and can talk with me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why specifically religion and philosophy? Are you like very much inclined towards this or?
Because after reading so much, I just understood that human civilization is based upon these two topics only, religion and philosophy. And these two topics have guided humanity to develop in this manner. And because of these very things, we are having lots of problems. So this problem, the kind of problems which we are facing now in this
Mm-hmm.
world, they are
Mm-hmm.
systemic problems. And if you want to cure these problems, you will have to go to these roots.
Okay. The
That's why I
roots.
want to
Okay.
focus on these things. And that's why I read lots of comparative religious books as well. Like I read about the religions of China, about the religions of Mesopotamia, Egypt. and Greek religions, Roman religions, and even Celtic religions, Jain Buddhism. I read
Yes.
everyone. I even read Islamic books as well.
Okay. So, can you tell me like five things about religion or philosophy which you found really fascinating when you read them for the first time? Because it might be a learning experience for me as well. So, is there any like fascinating facts or trivia, anything related to or what you learned when you were going through researching on religion and philosophy? Any 5 points?
I would like to name just one, and that is the best thing. That if you will read religious books and philosophical books, you will be able to see God every time. Whenever you will feel like you can see God, and you will be have developed the understanding of what is God and how God is just moving this whole world. And I'm not talking about the religious God. I am talking about the God is equal to truth. Both are synonymous. And
Okay.
in philosophy, it's called truth. And like people like Socrates, Plato, they have called this truth and good. And in Indian philosophy, we called it Brahma. You must be knowing one word, Brahma Gyan. So all are similar things.
Okay. You don't believe in God, but you believe in truth, the synonym of God.
Yeah, truth is there. And with truth,
Okay.
everything is related. And from there only all problems stems.
Okay, just 1 point. That's so. According to you, is it how should a person choose the difficulty level of books? Is it better to read easy books or is it better to read hard books?
I think easy books are better.
But that,
Like,
when they go for easy books, don't you think they are like restricting themselves to their comfort zone?
no, but one should go for books which one can understand, at least in the
Mm.
beginning. And if one is having knowledge of a good amount of knowledge, then only one can understand the just tougher ones. Like I like to show just one book. Like this book is there. This is the will of power, and this is a Friedrich Nietzsche. So common people can't understand these kind of books.
Yes.
And this book explains that how everybody is after power and
Mm.
what power does to just move each and everything, whatever we see before us.
Okay, yeah. I would say yes, I would recommend if you're a total beginner, don't try to challenge yourself. Maybe you read
Yeah.
these books that are written for children or novels, which are pretty easy and which are not too thick. So once you get to the joy of reading out of it and you feel comfortable with it, slightly start challenging yourself. Because if you understand 100% of the book, then you'll be living in your comfort zone again. A little bit you have to challenge yourself. So that's what I would say.
Knowledge accumulates gradually. Like if I'm reading this book, then I can relate with them because I have taught GS to students. In
Hmm.
GS, I used to teach history, polity, economics, and geography, and even biology as well. So I have knowledge about all these things. Along with this, I used to read current events as well. So as I know all these things, that's why I am able to relate with these books.
That's right. And
Common mass can't relate.
of course, common, even I can't read the book that you just showed me. Maybe I would not be interested in reading such a huge book, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. And in order to understand these books, we need understanding of this world in a very proper manner.
Of
Like
course.
whatever has happened in history, like there is a book called Sapiens.
Yes.
You must be knowing this
Very
name. Yeah,
famous one. Yeah.
yeah. So there it has been written that whatever Homo sapiens have done since 70,000 years. And if you know all that thing, whatever human beings have done and why human beings have done and why human beings are doing even now, then only you will be able to understand behind the psychology behind these things. And these books deal with those psychologies and why these things are happening. So
Okay.
until unless one will know those things, those incidents, how you one will understand these things then.
Okay. So, according to you, which is the best book that you have read so far, which stayed with you?
Dhampad.
Okay. So, is it in Hindi?
Dhampad is you can say Dhampad is the Gita of Buddhists and it's equivalent to Bhagavad Gita, you can say. And it's a very simple book, but the meanings are very complex.
So, is it in English?
You can say simplest book you will find,
Oh,
Dhampad.
okay. So, is it available in different languages?
Yeah, it's in Hindi. I am having an English book, English edition.
Okay. You have it in
Yeah,
English. So, that's good.
yeah. Penguin has published this book.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me show you this one.
Okay.
It's not a thick book, and these things are very easy.
Okay.
And
It's
this
very
book also
simple.
talks about non-attachment.
Okay.
And this book even explains who were true Brahmins
Okay.
and what's the meaning of Brahmins. And this is not the Brahmins of Varna system. This book explains in a totally different manner who
Oh,
Brahmins were.
all right. So, how did your interest of this religion and philosophy start in the first place? Were you always like this?
No, ma'am, I was looking for solutions of the problems. That's
Mm,
why.
okay.
And I found that after reading so much history and of GS books, and then I found that I'll find the solutions in history and philosophy only.
Right.
Because
Approximately.
they are, you what
Uh-huh.
say?
Yeah, please complete.
Because from philosophy, everything has developed.
Yes.
Like if you talk about rebirth, or you will talk about soul, all these concepts came from philosophy only. Like there is you must be knowing about Plato.
Yes.
Okay. So Plato talked about philosophers should rule. And he just
Mm.
gave the whole hierarchy, explained the whole hierarchy also, that why philosophers should rule. And this we find even in our Indian system. The Brahmins are ruling, and they are the philosophers and teachers.
Okay. Mm.
And this kind of power tussles has taken place in European history as well. The church and the rulers of Europe, they all have tussled a lot just
Okay.
to just to get the helm.
Mm.
So
Right.
these things have happened in history.
That's great that you went in search of your answers and then you thought like reading could be the best thing you can do in order to learn. Read. The more you read, the more knowledge you gain. So that's how you found your solution. And what about okay, that is an answer to why you started reading as well. So that was my
Yeah.
next question. How come your interest in reading started? So they are interlinked. Okay, that's good to hear. And approximately how many books have you read so far? Approximately.
I don't know. Haven't counted. I think at present I am having around more than 700 books.
Oh my God, you have a library at your house.
Yeah. And I started reading books since around when I was in class 5. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I used to read thick novels. And they
Mm.
were in Hindi only, not in English.
Okay. Okay.
I read first novel of English when I was in first year of graduation. And that was a love story of Eric Segal. It's
Okay.
a very famous novel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, just a hypothetical question. If you had to read only about one genre for the rest of your life, you don't have many options, like just one genre you're allowed to read. So, which one will you pick?
I think it will be comparative religion.
Okay, religion.
But there I
Mm.
get to know about all the religions.
Yes. Okay.
That's why.
Right. So, your question for me, whatever is your question, please go ahead.
Okay. So my question for you is that how you develop this kind of natural flow in your language?
Natural flow in my language. Maybe because I read a lot, because I had 10 years of career gap where I was just homemaking. In that duration, I used to read a lot of books. Other than that, I watched a lot of content. Maybe that's why, because when it comes to speaking practice, I did not have a lot of speaking practice in my life, because like this, what I'm talking to you, or meeting people outside and talking to them in English, this was not a lot. Maybe the usual what you talk to your classmates or schoolmates, and the different kind of English that you talk to your relatives or people around you. So we don't speak
Hmm.
professional English or really accurate English. We tend to mix our native language and speak, right? So I didn't have a lot of speaking practice back then. But I don't know. Maybe I used to talk to my dad a little bit like sophisticated English, because he would educate us how it is spoken professionally, how it is spoken in offices. So that's the place where we used proper English. I don't know. Honestly, I've never thought about like natural flow, how I worked on my English, how I learned English. These are the questions I've thought about. But natural flow, no idea. Maybe it is just like inbuilt within me, it's ingrained, because whenever I go to the temple, I find myself praying in English. So that shows how naturally it comes to me, and the natural flow, and my thoughts are always in English. I'm talking to myself in English. So I think that is the best thing. When you're talking to yourself, you're expressing your own opinions, talking about people to yourself. So I think it becomes natural for you later to talk to real people. So maybe that's it.
And so I think that everything happens in subconsciously, nothing
Yes,
about consciously.
you can put it that way. Yeah.
This I too observed that a subconscious method is far better method than the conscious method. That
Yes.
may take time, but I think that's the best method.
Yes, and you don't have expectations as well, right? When you are doing everything aware, being aware of things, then you are wanting results or you're expecting things. But if it is happening
Yeah.
subconsciously, like you're, for example, you're reading books for vocabulary. So that is a conscious practice that you're doing, and then you want to see results, then you keep worrying, why is my vocabulary not improving? But if you're doing reading just for the joy of reading, and all of a sudden a new word pops up to you during a conversation, you value that, right? You feel really happy, like, okay, I was doing the practice and I'm able to use this word. So there are no expectations like that. So I think subconscious method is the best.
And this start happening naturally when one reads a lot and thinks in English.
Even
But
I believe
when
that.
one try to do something consciously, then it's become very boring and mundane. I never liked this thing. Though I am
Mm,
doing to some extent, But I
Yes.
don't like this thing.
Yes, but not everybody has that privilege, isn't it? There might be time
Yeah.
constraints, there might be circumstances where they have to do it consciously. A few practices. Maybe I was privileged, I didn't have to like struggle to learn English because I had resources around me even as a child. So that was a privilege. But for people, they have to do the conscious practice sometimes. They have interviews in 3 months or something. They studied in vernacular medium school. They are from rural background. These people, they have to do it consciously because subconsciously it's going to take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Then natural English don't develop actually.
Yes, you develop kind of textbook English or something that you
Yeah.
hurriedly, if you want the depth of the language, that is going to happen subconsciously only.
And that takes times.
That takes time. Of course, it takes years together.
Yeah, definitely that takes.
Yes. Okay, anything else from your end before we wind up?
No, ma'am, nothing.
Okay. It was really wonderful talking to you because I didn't ask you a lot of questions related to your experience because this is going to be on YouTube and it might become controversial, a few things related to religion
Yeah,
or philosophy, right? But I wanted to
yeah, yeah.
discuss, but I couldn't do that. But it was wonderful talking to you. I'm sure you have a lot of knowledge on different topics. Maybe we can explore it sometime later.
Okay, ma'am. Let's meet some other time as well.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much again for your time and have a good day and good luck to whatever, I mean, your future endeavors. So, good luck.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'm same for you.
Bye.